Hey, some friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Symptomistic, like optimistic, but make it Sims. And I know you're like, who is this Sim? We'll get into that. But this is episode 4 of A Most Interesting Sim. I'm also going to talk about the expansion pack and the live stream and how I feel, blah, 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 blah. So keep watching. So this beautiful Sim is actually one I found on the gallery and kind of spruced up. So during Black History Month, they featured a sim creator. I think they actually featured two because some people complained that it was the same sim creator from last year. Let me know how y'all feel about that. But the first one that they featured posted this beautiful sim and a bunch of other beautiful sims. Like, they have a lot of great sim creations, and I picked a bunch of them and I randomly put them in because I wanted to create some townies. So I put them in, I kind of spruced them up, but honestly, these sims were gorgeous. Like, I just needed to fix a couple of outfits that I didn't have and remix it. So in this sim household, it's a guy living with two girls. Like, he's kind of taking care of them. I don't know. Y'all can kind of guess what kind of situation this is, or you can kind of make it up. I didn't want to fill it out too much. I think this sim is so gorgeous. I didn't want to fill it out too much because, let's just see how things transpire. But yeah, this is my attempt at making more townies. And yeah, I just pulled some from the gallery. So let me know what you think. I did try to make some outfits kind of fit their personality. So yeah, we'll see. But anyway, this is back to our regularly scheduled programming with Sam here. If you don't know Sam, Sam is currently on his mission to be a super sim. He doesn't know he's on that mission. I put him on that mission, but he is working towards being a super sim, doing the super sim challenge as much as I feel like doing, because I will break the rules when I choose to, or switch it up, or just I'll keep you guys posted. But for now, he's still trying to achieve a lot. He's in the military and he is also in school to be a doctor. And this is his little friend girl. Like, they're not a couple, but they're just kicking it. And she's very understanding of Sam and his privacy, because that's why they're meeting outside, because he's not comfortable letting her in the house yet. He's still figuring out his place in the military world. And so he is spending a lot of time at home since he is like an evidence eraser. He just wants to make sure that, like, it's not going to be he has to keep his life very clean. And so at this moment, nobody's been to his house, and we will see, like, when he first has people over. But at this moment, he's like being alone, and he just made a little protein plate. Looks very healthy, even though his job does not require as much physical effort as it did earlier in the military. He's still trying to, like, keep it together because he enjoys being active. He enjoys being in shape, and, he doesn't want to lose that. And he really likes Haven. Haven has been cool and just like pretty chill and laid back, like no drama. And so he's enjoying that. And she seems like a sweet girl. But now it is time for him to get ready to go to work. So let's prepare to do that. I was just looking at his class schedule. I feel like it's so much keeping up with the homework. Like, I always do this to myself. I always give my Sims jobs and have them in college at the same time. Maybe just because where I come from, people don't always have the money for school, and like it's not always just like a free ride and you just get to go to class. And not that that's not a lot in itself, but I always make my Sims a little overwhelmed, especially earlier on in life, where if they're not like legacy Sims from another family where they have like generational wealth. I always make it difficult. Anyway, Sam here seems to be single and loving it. So that's interesting because, him and Haven are getting close. Oh, and this is just a picture of him in his like work outfit. I think he looks really cute. But yeah, him and Haven are getting close, but it seems like he is enjoying his space. I think it's also having this new house, even though, boy, is he struggling to pay these loans. Like, it is a real issue. But I think it's having his new house and just having some time to himself. He's really enjoying it. And I went into cast because now that he's in a different part of the military career, the covert type, he doesn't have to keep his hair clean cut with, his facial hair and like a low Caesar. So I am going to be exploring, you know, growing out his hair and how he'll want it, and like be able to explore his personality a little more, because we discussed this in the last premiere. You guys should come to the premieres because they're really fun. But we discussed this in the last premiere that Sam is kind of basic. And so he needs to do some self-exploration, kind of get to know himself better. He doesn't really have a lot of experience, so he's still learning what he likes and doesn't like, besides girls and obviously being single and having his space. So, and I bought him another shirt just because I was tired of seeing that same white shirt, and I think he has a little more money, even though, again, he is struggling with these loans. So we are going to have to be careful with the funds at this stage in the game. Like, if you look at the amount of money he has, that's basically enough. Like, if his bills come right now, he will be wiped out, or if his loans come, he'll be wiped out. So, like, he doesn't have enough to pay both his loans and his bills at the same time. So, they're going to have to alternate. And Sam is just going for a jog in Oasis Springs. I'm loving Oasis Springs this go around. This is not really my favorite world, I guess, because I'm not fully just into like this desert aesthetic, but seeing the mountains, and there's a little bit of grass here. I'm liking Oasis Springs this time around with this sim. And speaking of worlds, let's talk about growing together. And I will be jumping in and out of that because we're just here playing the game together and talking. So as you can see, his bills came, and right now he doesn't have enough to pay it. He is below it, so I'm gonna have to figure out a way for him to pay it, or we're gonna be late or whatever. Sam is just gonna have to figure out some stuff, because I'm looking when he goes to work. He doesn't go to work because he's off, and he doesn't get paid on the days he doesn't go to work. And looking at these loans, yeah. So Sam is gonna wake up stressed. But back to growing up together, or growing together, is that the name of it? Growing together. I was a little disappointed in the world. I will have to see more. I will say that. I will have to see more. But yeah, some of people's thoughts, I agreed, it wasn't like, the world didn't blow me away. Like, the bridge is cute. The bridge is carrying the world on its back, for the world of San Sequoia. The bridge is definitely carrying it. And for me, worlds are like a big part of new packs. And so yeah, it kind of sucks that the world doesn't look good, but they are coming with the features, like the gameplay features. Like, listen, I don't know what's gonna happen to these Sims that I already have with all this CC and all these mods. I don't know if it's gonna be the end of them. They're gonna have to be remixed. But I know I'm gonna be playing without stuff for a while. And even like, I know everything's not gonna get fixed. Like, things get broken and they don't always get fixed. And that's sad. It's bittersweet. Like, I'm excited for like the new menu, the social menus, and just different interactions and more personality and more storytelling. I'm excited for all of that. But it is gonna be an adjustment, and I think I'm gonna play through it. I'm not gonna wait and kind of pause. Like, if I have to put up an LP with no CC, that is what I will do. But yeah, I'm not going to wait and kind of hold off for those things when growing together launches. Look at this man just cooking away. I mean, I guess this isn't too expensive of a meal, but look at him just cooking away like he ain't got bills to pay. But yeah, I guess this looks like chili. I think he's making chili or gumbo or something. So that seems like it could be pricey initially, but it'll be nice to have that when, you cold and your lights is cut off. I am excited about like the babies and how they're upgrading the newborns. Like, I did not expect that. So I'm excited about that. It's interesting. This pack, it has me excited for things that I'm not normally excited for, just because I'm so used to playing through my imagination and making my own storylines. And I'm sure like this won't stop me from doing that, but it'll be a little more improv than what it is now. So yeah, I'm not really excited for Cass. there are a couple cute hairs, but I get a lot of CC hair, so I just feel like I don't have high expectations for Cass because I'm like, well, I can just get things that are more tailored to my style anyway. So I don't really look to Cass. Like sometimes it's nice to have some cute things. And oh, we got our grades. A plus. I'm surprised. This semester was a little more rough than normal, so I'm surprised. I don't know how he earned these grades. Sometimes it's interesting. Does anybody else feel like the grades could be kind of random? Because sometimes I've had Sims be like trying really hard and not pull good grades, and sometimes I've had Sims be like, "Oh, I think he gonna get a C, or he might even fail the semester and get high grades." So yeah, let me know. But time to sign up for another semester. We are halfway through university. Praise the Lord, because I'm so tired of balancing classes. Like I can't even think of like storylines because I'm like I just gotta make sure he gets to class. I'm ready for him to be out of this. And it's interesting because I want him to finish his military career before going to be a doctor. I don't want him to like jump right into that. But it is kind of weird to like graduate and just keep let me know what you think about that. But the point of the challenge is to like complete careers and things like that. So, bearing like any tragedy, I feel like he should complete his military career and then go on to be a doctor. Maybe we can make it like because the military paid for his school, he has to stay. Yeah, that might be what the storyline we go with. He has to stay in the military a little longer before jumping into working in a hospital. I also remember telling you that I might not do an LP for the pack because I don't really always love that. It gets sometimes I feel like it's too much like a how to play as opposed to like my storyline. But since this is probably going to break everything, I might need to do an LP just for that reason or start an LP that way because I'll have to make new Sims. Yeah. Let me know how you plan on playing. It does seem like there is gameplay for people. Oh, let me tell y'all what happened here. My UI was like, you cannot get an odd job. So Sam wanted to get an odd job because he cannot pay his bills. And my UI was like, girl, no. I don't know what it was, but I'm just going to view this as Sam went on the site and it kept crashing and he could not get an odd job. And that was really frustrating. Like someone told him it would be really easy to just pick up a little side hustle real quick or just like deliver some groceries and make some money. And when he goes on the site, it keeps crashing. And of course, he needs his money today. He got to get this money by tomorrow. Pretend I inserted a clip from the Friday After Next because I'm not that tech savvy, so there was no clip. So just pretend that I did that. Oh, and I forgot to tell y'all, Sam was supposed to go on a date with Haven tonight because I think he's off. And yeah, he was supposed to go on a date with her. He had to cancel this date because he had no money. And so he kind of just made it up that he got stuck at work. Lies, but he didn't have no money to go on this date. And Haven is a little bit disappointed. So their romance did go down because she's kind of starting to feel like he's not taking her too seriously because like they've never been on a date. Like they've hung out outside, but it hasn't been like a date and it seems like the time he promises to do that, he ends up canceling. So she's kind of like on the fence about him at this point. She doesn't really know fully what's going on with him because Sam is the type of guy to make it seem like everything's fine. He doesn't have any struggles, that he's balancing. Like he just wants to be impressive and he's wanted that for so long. And sadly, he's over here fixing the toilet on a night he was supposed to go on a date. And he's disappointed as well himself, but he does know that this is part of the work and that like he may not always be in the situation. But yeah, Haven's kind of like, what's going on here? Does he not really like me like I thought he did? I also think it's good that, Haven and Sam aren't moving too quickly. I think Sam wants to move quickly, but life circumstances are not letting him move as quickly as he likes, and Haven is just like cautious. So, update. Sam has been promoted. He's out here squelching conspiracies. And honestly, this is giving Sam a little more open-mindedness to like Macy, and Macy was the girl with the blue hair from the last episode, to Macy and other people like her, like some of the people in Strangerville who believe in these conspiracies. Because now that it's his job to kind of keep them under wraps, it's kind of changing his outlook on world, and things aren't always what they seem. And I know I jumped really quickly. Sorry about that, but we are at another day and Sam and Haven are here in the house. And so, as a way to kind of make up for his lack of dates, because Sam really still doesn't have any money, even though he got the promotion, looked like he had like a couple thousand simoleons, like it's still really tight. His bills are like 1,500 and his loan is like 1,500, and so things are still really tight for him. And so he invited her over to make her feel a little more like he's not playing games. So she seems to be happy with that. Hopefully that lasts. And he made some food. He got some cookies, he got some ham, some gumbo. So, he's making her feel comfortable, and she does feel a little better, and she's impressed. Like, she's a university student too, so she's like, oh, this is kind of a nice house, and it's probably because he can't really afford that. Oh, he's gonna make her a drink. They're gonna have a cute little moment here. Y'all, I was CC shopping and like updating some mods, and I realized I had these custom drinks in here, and I never used them. Like, I don't know why. I think one time my Sims didn't have enough skill to use them, and so like I think I clicked on it and I was like, oh, this is empty. But when I was like updating some of my food mods and getting more mods, I was like, wow, I already have so many mods and I'm not using them because I just didn't look, forgot where they were. Like sometimes it gets overwhelming. You forget you have things in your thing. Oh, and he had to sell his bar cart. I don't know if I ever showed that, but that was part of how he paid the bills before. He had to sell his bar cart. So he's gonna have to get, his alcoholic beverages from the fridge. Oh, and she's feeling flirty. Haven is feeling flirty. She's enjoying just, it seems like he's like catering to her, and I think she's enjoying that. Like in some ways that can feel nicer than a date, depending on who you are. Yeah, I'm not even gonna open that can of worms. Just depending on who you are, this could feel like really, really nice. And this is an interesting package for this drink. I don't know why you put that on the floor, bro. Yeah, this is an interesting package for this drink. I don't know if it's supposed to look like that. Like, it's just a shape, but whatever. The glass does come out, and the glass looks normal. So I guess it just is yeah, it's just interesting. Sam is feeling flirty too. I'm about to get a new sweater. I'm starting to get sick of looking at the sweater. Probably because I played this game a little further than what we're watching. But yeah, I'm starting to get a little sick of this sweater here. So I'm going to get Haven a new sweater. And yeah, Sam is feeling flirty. They looks like they've been kissing on and off, watching some movies, just Netflix and chill vibes. I like it. And I think I'm gonna speed this up a little bit, but I really like this angle. It's always looks so cute when you're like behind the Sims and they're watching TV together. Oh, and they're all snuggled up. It's so cute. Oh, and they're watching like snow Olympics, I guess. Snow, whatever. They're watching the news. But it's winter. If it wasn't always the springs, I'm sure there'd be like some snow falling and it'd be even more romantic. But I always like this angle of the Sims. Actually, I changed my mind, and I think this is a good place to wrap it up. So I will just tell you how their night ends. They do not woohoo. They just have this chill night. Sam decides not to come on too strong, especially like his first time having someone in his house. He didn't want to be a creep, even though he wanted to be a creep. To be honest, he didn't want to be a creep. And Haven also didn't want to seem like thirsty, so they just kind of decided to chill and watch movies, and then she headed home. So that is how they wrapped up this evening. And let me know what you think of Sam and Haven, what you think of Sam and his struggle to pay bills, his new outlook on conspiracies and the world being bigger than he thinks. I'm optimistic, like optimistic, but make it Sims. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Bye, y'all.